Is that? It's not made to support your ass. I told you that.
How many of you have been in the hospital before? At some point in everyone's life, there will be a time you will require hospitalization. While you are a patient, would you like your caregiver to give out information about why you were in the hospital?
Definitely not.
How about medications you were taking? Or how about lab results, especially if it's a poor one like HIV positive? Due to this, a law was developed to ensure patients' right to privacy called HIPAA. HIPAA is the abbreviation for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. www.wikipedia.org stated, this law was passed by Congress in August of 1996, which Bill Clinton signed. In addition to patient privacy, HIPAA provides many other benefits, such as the ability to transfer and continue health insurance coverage for millions of American workers and their family when they change or lose their jobs. It also reduces healthcare fraud and abuse and requires industry-wide standards for healthcare information on electric billing and other processes. Most of all, it requires the protection and confidential handling of health information. In a book called American Medical Association Manual, I found a diagram that tells you about the consequences of individuals who violate HIPAA. And the individual who did not know that she or he was in violation of the HIPAA would be, the minimum penalty would be $100 per violation with an annual maximum of $25,000 for repeat violations. And the maximum penalty would be $50,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $1.5 million. And then a HIPAA violation due to responsible cause and not due to willful neglect. The minimum penalty would be $1,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $100,000 for repeat violations. And the maximum for that one would be $50,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $1.5 million also. And then HIPAA violation due to willful neglect but violation is corrected within the required time period. The minimum penalty would be $10,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $250,000 for repeat violation. And the maximum would be $50,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $1.5. And then a HIPAA violation that is due to willful neglect and not corrected, the minimum is $50,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $1.5 million. And then $50,000 per violation with an annual maximum of $1.5 million for the maximum on that one. How many of you know how to file a complaint? Okay, so a complaint can be filed in writing, either on paper or electronically. It can also be done by mail, fax, or email. Do you guys know what to include when you're filing a complaint? Okay, when you're filing a complaint, you want to make sure you include the situation and the person that you think is involved. This complaint must be done within 180 days. They may extend that if you have good reasoning past 180 days. And anyone can file a complaint. You can find the paper to file it on www.hhs.org, or you can go to an OCR regional office to pick up that paper too. Nowadays, hospitals are taking many measures to ensure patients' personal health information is protected. I work at Great River Medical Center as a patient service associate, and when I take care of patients that I know or that I know somebody knows, I am not allowed to release any information about that patient unless the patient gives me the okay to. And we also, for the clerks, which I do, have a password that the admission nurse gives to the patient, and they're allowed to have 2 people on their list, and they call to be able to talk to the nurse. And when they ask to speak with that patient's nurse, they have to confirm the password with me, and then I can transfer them through. And if they don't have the password, then they're not allowed to receive any information on that patient. And another thing that we do is we have access on the computer here where I have access to all these different locations and facilities where anybody could get patient information. So if I'm not at the computer or using it, we are told to lock the screen. You push the little key, lock, and then when somebody else tries to bring it back up, it brings it up to locked, where you have to enter your password in to be able to get back on. And also, we have shredding boxes that have locks on them that only supervisors and stuff have keys to, that we put patient information in when we're done with it that needs to be shredded. The patient's charts go into a drawer that can be locked if needed. And then we have some pamphlets that we pass out, and they're all over the hospital for patients. And there's this one that Speak Up About Your Safety. It just tells you some stuff to speak up about if you're worried. And then there is this one, the confidential one, and it tells you about HIPAA and stuff. And there's this, Our Promise to You, and I'm going to read that to you. It says, a record of health care service and a record of health care and service you receive at Great River Medical System is created to provide you with the quality care and complete with legal requirements. We understand that your medical information is private, and we are committed to protecting it. That is our promise as Great River staff to the patients. Now, in conclusion, I hope everybody understands what HIPAA is, and I hope if you guys suspect HIPAA is going on or is being violated, that you guys speak up for patient safety.
Good job.